I'm not asking for an animatronic Dom Toretto, but actually, no, now I am. Do I look different?
You do.
I feel different.
You should. We haven't even talked about this IRL. I only got the lead up.
It was crazy.
Oh my gosh. Y'all.
Family, listeners, family.
Mm-hmm.
I have ridden Fast and the Furious, Hollywood Drift at Universal Studios Hollywood.
Ooh, give us a play-by-play. How'd this happen? How'd you get in there? What occurred?
Thank you so much for asking.
Of course.
I was at home. I was scrolling on Reddit, and someone on the Universal Studios Hollywood, some hero on the Universal Studios Hollywood Reddit was like, ride's open. Ride's open. They're soft opening. They're technical rehearsaling. They're testing. And I looked at my husband who worked that night, and I said, I love you so much. But no, actually, I was like, well, I don't want to ride it without you. And he was like, please go. Like, I think he knew. He's like, you care so much more than I do. Please go. I will ride it at some point. So then I sunblocked up real fast, which, thank God, sprayed it down. Mm-hmm. Ran for my car, and I drove, Chris, I know you won't get this reference, but with the energy of Homer when he sees the trampoline for sale, and he's driving, and he's like, no, you don't, that trampoline is mine, and just like crashing into car. That was my energy at every other driver on the road of just like, beautiful. They're all trying to get on the roller coaster before me. I'm very lucky. I live maybe 15 minutes away from Universal, so I Tokyo drifted my ass up there and power walked. And
can you power walk again? Yeah, that was really nice.
I did see, in case you were wondering, I power walked straight past Chief Brody and Quint.
Didn't even give a fuck.
Move out of my way, fish boys. Whoa. I got a coaster to ride. Mm-hmm. And queued up. I was told, and it's fine. Look, they were very clear when you got in line, like, this is a technical rehearsal. We are not making promises. If you're in this line, that does not mean you're going to ride the ride. I did ask if there was a single rider, and the employee said no. And then everyone I've seen online was like, I waited single rider, and it took me 30 minutes. And I waited 3 hours. I waited 3 hours in the summer sun, and a shady queue, that is not. I don't regret it. I'm very thankful I got to ride it. I got to ride it the first day. This was the first day it was open for any kind of technical rehearsal to the public. So I'm very, very thankful. Do I wish I waited 30 minutes instead of 3 hours? Yes. Did I have to roll up to a rather important meeting 15 minutes late like, I went on a roller coaster today? I did.
How'd that go? Were they like, absolutely understandable?
I tried to say, I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't know how long this would take. And if this ever comes up again, I learned my lesson and I won't do it. And they all went, bitch, don't lie to us. We know who you are, and we know you will do this again, most likely if it comes up. And they're right. But here's the thing, though. I got in the line, and I didn't know how long this line was.
Yeah.
Because I've never been in this queue before. Mm-hmm. So they don't have a lot of space. And oh, baby, do they loop you around.
Ooh.
Oh, baby, do they loop you. Do they switch back, turn, switch back. Like, it's one of those. Mm-hmm. So you don't know how long you got. And the hard thing with something like this is once you're in for an hour, you're going to give it at least another 30 minutes. Once you're in for 90 minutes, you're not leaving that line.
Yeah.
Like, I know 3 hours sounds insane, but when I got in the line, they were like, we cannot make any promises of how long this will be. We cannot make any promises you're getting on. I had no idea how long I was waiting. And once you're crossing that like hour 45, 2 hour mark, you're just like, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
If the ride is still running, if they are not telling me to go home, I'm going to just wait that last hour and get on it.
Otherwise, sunk cost.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I had a note, if I had a nitpick, queue's kind of boring. The queue is cool. No, the queue is cool because the coaster is around you while you're on the queue. I have some footage. I got some B-roll. There are spots in the queue where you're in almost like a glass-walled building, and you watch that coaster go right the fuck by you. And it does build an incredible sense of excitement. You do get to watch this coaster do its thing. The queue is not heavily themed, which I found a little disappointing. You don't see any actors from the Fast and Furious movie at any point in this experience. And it did feel like even just like a little video, a little pre-show situation. They have some cars from the films, I assume. They have a big bomb-looking thing. Chat, what is that? I'll post a picture. I haven't seen a single one of these movies. What the fuck is this? Let me know.
It's not in Hobbs and Shaw, I'll tell you that.
It was like a big. It looked like the underwater bombs from Finding Nemo. I don't know what the fuck I was looking at. They have like a motorcycle.
Just a bunch of sea mines?
I have no idea. There were misters in one part of the queue and one part of the queue only, and then some half-assed attempts at shade. It was a warm July day.
Yeah.
So that was my biggest note on the queue. Then they do, so this is the first time on the West Coast Universal's implemented the double-sided locker system. You do not take anything on this ride. Okay. They do this a lot on the East Coast, like Velocicoaster, for I think the Hulk, Rest in Peace, Rip Ride Rocket, I believe did it. Right, it's that system where you get a ticket, you drop everything in a locker. They're a little bigger than the Mummy lockers, which I appreciate. I was like, I could at least fit my lounge. The Mummy lockers are a little small for a Loungefly. Like, you can do it, but it's a squish.
Yeah.
And that bothers me because everyone's got a fucking Loungefly.
And those are pretty cute and tiny.
And they're pretty cute and tiny. So that feels like a weird choice. But they're a bit bigger than that, and it is free to use. So you scan in on one side, you have to drop everything, and they run those metal detectors like the goddamn army. They're like, 1, 2, 3. They're like, hands up, go. I was like, yeah. I was excited. Dang. I was pumped. So you can't have your phone in your pocket. You can't have anything because the ride actually goes over a lot of walkways. So if anything was falling off of your person, it could be a big safety issue. So they do that. At that point, you have a little bit of a wait left. You just loop through kind of the most themed part of the queue that looks almost like a little mechanic shop with a little pre-show video, but that's a very basic, like, you're about to go on a roller coaster. Put your seatbelt on. Here's how. And every time I'm like, how do I get in one of these? That's my career dream, just to be the person in a pre-ride video pulling the lap bar down, like, I'm like settled into my seat. I think I'd crush it.
You would.
And then you go up some stairs and then you are boarding. An employee asked why I looked, he was like, you look excited. I was like, baby, I just waited 3 hours. I didn't think I was getting on this. I'm missing a meeting to be here. You get in your car. The vehicles are gorgeous. It's 4 cars. They seat 4 each. The lap bar is very cool. It's like a pull down overhead, but it's just a lap bar. It's very comfortable. I liked it a lot. My car smelled bad when I got in it. I don't think that's the ride's fault, but there was someone left a little.
Did someone just fart in your seat?
I have no idea. No. But I was so excited I got in. I was like, ooh, okay. We'll air that out as we go, I guess. And then the ride. So it is a spinning coaster. It's a controlled spin coaster. All the cars do, I believe, have slightly different spinning patterns. Ooh. But there are times where you're spinning all in unison. I want to say it's like 3 inversions, but it is fucking hard to tell. This ride is glass smooth. It is so incredibly comfortable. Ooh. I love a coaster. If you've ever ridden Velocicoaster at Universal Orlando, I think I still put Velocicoaster slightly above this because the queue is incredibly themed. It's a longer coaster. but it's a little apples and oranges, and there's so much to like about this one. But I will compare the two just in the smoothness of the ride, in that this is a very intense coaster, but at no point do I feel like it's physically exerting anything in my body.
Okay.
I heard someone talking about, I know it's a thing in the coaster community, of like some coasters you have to almost ride defensively, where there are kind of tips and tricks of, like, if you've ever ridden Ghost Rider at Knott's, it's like you have to brace your body or you're going to get banged around on that thing. Not so. It's incredibly smooth. It's incredibly fun. It's fast. It doesn't feel as intense on launches as other coasters, but there is one straight away where you really feel that acceleration that I believe is the fastest it goes. That's a ton of fun. And the biggest win of this coaster, the view's beautiful, but most importantly, it's the inversions with the rotation together. You feel like you're on a roller coaster and one of those big flipping fair rides simultaneously. Like those rides where you're just like, am I up or down right now,
Hell
man?
yeah.
There were a couple moments where I was like, I don't know if I'm upside down anymore.
Ooh.
Like it just disorients you in the most fun way possible. There's a big backwards acceleration into the biggest kind of lift and loop of the coaster that's just an absolute joy. And the finale's killer too. The finale, you do that. You've seen it. If you've seen the construction for the ride happening at all, you go up over the escalators, the starway, and angle down. And you're facing down for a minute, and then you loop, and there's one last corkscrew. And it's on the shorter side, but not short enough that I felt disappointed in it. Would I love, 20 more seconds of coaster? Of course, who fucking wouldn't? But especially because of how comfortable a ride experience it was, you get little vroom vroom racing noises the whole time, which is very cute. I think music would have been a fun choice as well, but I didn't mind the vroom vrooms because it's one where you're like giggling and screaming at the same time.
Okay.
Which is my favorite type of coaster experience.
Fantastic.
And it was just an absolute delight. There's still no official date on opening. So have you been following the drama of the Toluca Lake Homeowners Association?
Oh, being able to hear it.
So this has been a big source of controversy, wherein the ride itself doesn't make a lot of noise, but if for any reason you haven't been, Universal Studios is based on a hill really overlooking both the studio and a lot of residential areas, right?
Yes.
You have Toluca Lake right there. You have Burbank a little ways away. And allegedly, homeowners in Toluca Lake have been complaining that they can hear the screams from the coaster, to which most people have responded, fuck you, I don't care.
Yeah. That's LA, baby.
I would love to know. I'd be very curious to go and see for myself how intense that noise actually is.
Yeah.
People, I feel like, have also been kind of shooting themselves in the foot by exaggerating. I feel like someone was quoted in a newspaper article of like, it's madness. I can hear it at 2 a.m.
No, you can't.
No one's been on that coaster at 2 a.m.
No.
No one's
That's
been on
not
that
how
coaster
that
at 2
works.
a.m. So some stuff like that has sort of weakened their case. I do understand. Like, I can empathize that would be frustrating as someone who's very noise sensitive. Is that maybe on Universal to build a few more measures to try to dampen that? I don't know. I'm shocked this wasn't more in conversation as the coaster was built.
Yeah.
It feels weird. It's always that weird thing where it's like, you didn't think about that? I would have thought about that, and I'm a dum-dum. Like, you have all those people in charge of all this stuff, and now...
Well, and also, Toluca Lake is a very affluent area.
Oh, if you don't live in the area, it is like one of the wealthy neighborhoods. I know there's a golf course where they've been complaining about the noise. So that gives you kind of an idea of what you're dealing with.
We're dealing with incredibly privileged people who are being potentially mildly inconvenienced, or maybe majorly. I do have some friends who rent in the area, and I'm interested to see if they can hear it.
Conveniently, I feel like everyone I've heard from who rents is like, I can't hear it.
Yeah.
So... interesting. But that has affected, I think, to some degree, the testing schedule. The nice thing is the HOA has now been posting like, here's where to listen out for the roller coasters. So everyone's like, that's when you're testing. Good to know. So I have the schedule if you'd like it on when you could probably, no guarantees, but when you might be able to get on it in the next few days. But I highly recommend it whenever this opens. Maybe don't wait 3 hours for it, but it was a one-off. It was I don't know when else I'll get this opportunity. It is a delight of a roller coaster. I will say I don't know if it's my number one, but I would say probably will easily go in my top 10 coasters just for the joy of the ride experience.
Wow.
And to have that in my personal backyard feels like an incredible win. I'm really excited about it. I'm really happy it's here. I almost cried when I got off of it because it just felt so surreal because you watch something get built and then you actually get to experience it. And I love coasters, for just the experience of riding it, but I just think there's such a fun, weird, cool, like, humans are weird and fun, huh? Yeah. Like that we have this technology and we use it just to do something that is just purely like, how can we get a fun, thrilling experience and bring that joy to ourselves is cool.
That's beautiful. I love that.
That was the Fast and the Furious experience.
Do you think maybe it doesn't have some of those details or like a super themed queue or anything so that this, I know this is like one of Universal's major franchises and in the past it's been their most financially viable. That is changing now. Is that potentially so this could maybe be refaced, but the ride itself would be the same? Or do you think it's like, these are cars, this is Fast and the Furious?
I can't imagine they would ever retheme this. I don't think there's any need to. I mean, Universal occasionally will retheme stuff, but
not often.
Yeah. How long were they running like a Blues Brothers show?
That's true.
You know, and that's no shade to the Blues Brothers, but like, I don't think this is a company that shies away from this is part of our history.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah.
That ET ride still rocking and rolling in Florida. So Florida will be getting its own version of this. I'm curious how it translates because I do feel like so much of the DNA of our version of the coaster is that it's built on a hillside.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious what that's going to look like, if it's going to kind of live up to what do you add to make it still feel unique? Though I will say just that like drifting spinning mechanism, it's kind of, I won't say unlike anything because if you've ridden the Guardians coaster in Florida at Epcot, similar mechanic. Okay. But I will say that drifting spinning mechanic is so unique and still so new that in and of itself just makes it really special. But yeah, and no, I think it's honestly just maybe a space thing as much as anything for the queue of like, you have to fit a lot of queue and they did not have a lot of space to work with.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think it was more just if we just have 800 switchbacks. Again, I think they did what they could. There's some signage on some of the walls where I'm like, I'm sure if I was a fan of this franchise, a lot of this would be jumping out at me as something more exciting.
Okay.
And again, the cars and stuff like that are kind of fun and they play some of the songs from the movie. Again, I think my biggest note, and again, this isn't even as a huge fan, but probably just everyone was a little out of the budget, but why you wouldn't even get like maybe some secondary players from the movie to do like, hey, I'm so-and-so, and you're about to go on a crazy journey. Like Velocicoaster has a really fun, like Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard talking to you in character about what you're going to experience.
Well, they had almost all of the main cast, you know, for that part of the Universal tour.
For Supercharged, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why they didn't do that. I guess they just figured the quality and the excitement of the coaster was enough. But again, when it does feel like, because Velocicoaster, you have these insane Velociraptor animatronics in the queue that look unbelievable. So for me, it's like, I'm not asking for an animatronic Dom Toretto, but actually, no, now I am. Actually, I take that back.
Now do it.
But delighted I got to ride it once. Can't wait to ride it again. Apologies to the people of Toluca Lake who definitely just heard me going, that was me. Sorry, baby.
I look forward to the day that the court plays your voice.
She all right?
I think it's Joy. I'm pretty sure it's Joy.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my journey on Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Hollywood drift.
Just in case anyone is sensitive to any kind of things with coasters, is there anything anyone should be prepared for?
If you get dizzy easily, you might barf.
Okay.
Again, there are some disorienting moments on this. If you are scared of, I will say this, if you are on the fence about it and you're not terrible with like vertigo in or ear or anything like that, ride it. It's thrilling. It's an absolute adrenaline rush. No real, at least that I felt, none of that real tummy drop feeling.
Okay.
If you don't care for that, really kind of nowhere to be seen. It's all speed and spin
Okay.
would be my sort of assessment of it, at least what I felt when I was on it. Again, it's very disorienting in moments. So be prepared for that. And I have heard a couple people say like, oh, it made me a little headachy or a little nauseous when I don't normally. But again, incredibly smooth ride. Incredibly, again, gentle and not, maybe not gentle, but smooth, gentle on your body. And again, not any of that intense, like, there's really no major drop on it.
Okay.
You just kind of go and start spinning. Yeah, so
Sweet.
check it out. Check it out when
yeah.
it's open.
Oh,
or
man.
Universal Hollywood subreddit. They'll let you know.
Yeah.
They'll let you know if it's running.
Oh, man. Amy, thank you for waiting for 3 hours in the blistering LA
I
sun.
was going to buy 2 things I was going to buy that day, a coffee and a hat. And I went, no time, I'll just get in line.
Did you get another $32 lobster roll on your way out?
Good Lord, I wish I had a coffee and a hat in that line. I did not. I did try it. They have fancy cold brews now.
Ooh.
This could be its own episode, baby. They got little Simpsons cold brews. And I had one normal interaction with the Jaws actors yesterday.
How'd that go?
It was very normal.
Expand upon that.
I dragged my husband up there solely. We were keeping an eye on the coaster, admittedly, but I wanted to try the fancy cold brew, and I wanted to buy one of the cute little Jaws baseball caps that looks like it has a bite taken out of the bill.
Yeah, I do like those.
I really wanted one of those, and I wanted to buy it before it sold out. And the Simpsons area has, at the donut shop, they have 4 different flavors of cold brew. And they all come with a little donut hole on top, and they're pretty good.
Ooh.
Anyways, I bought the Jaws hat, and I was wearing it in, and the Quint and the Brody walked past, and the Quint was like, another shark attack victim. And I was like, I narrowly escaped it. Right? Pretty good. It was a different Quentin Brody, though. So those other actors still think I'm a dipshit.
So you just need like the tiniest bit of caffeine, and then you're like, I've got this.
I think I just need a solid jumping off point.
Okay. As opposed to a firm handshake where you're like, what do I do with this?
Yeah, I was like, how are you?
Officer?
Yeah, he was like, do you still have all your fingers? I'm like, for now, I got lucky. I crushed it.
Well done.
It.
I'm so glad you got redeemed. You'll find the others soon. Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, thanks for listening. If you have been lucky enough to ride it, let me know your thoughts. And if not, fuck off. You're not family.
Yeah. You get out of this car and or Olive Garden.
And then maybe, oh, okay, sure. And we'll let you know as soon as we get Chris on it. Do you get dizzy?
Sometimes, but that's okay. I'll walk it off.
Papa Dramamine.
Yeah, yeah. Stuff like that is stuff that I'm like, oh, if I get sick, I get sick. Who cares? Yeah.
I love that. All right. Well, thanks for listening. I'm Amy Newman.
I'm Chris Carr.
Oh, we have Patreon, patreon.com/twofilthycasualspod. Follow us on social media, like, subscribe, rate, review. Still Amy Newman.
Still Chris Carr.
And if you follow this fandom, you'd be home by now. Boop, 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 boop. They should have played that one.